obviously a difficult afternoon for you here. Naturally, a lot of people will be saying the title race feels like it's done and dusted now in terms of the hands of City. What would you say to that?
I think for me, after having this tough result, it's difficult to talk about the title race. I think I said before the game, and I still have the same mindset. I think we just focused on ourselves, because as you could see, I think, the result is tough, but there are reasons to explain that. And I think the staff and the players, we have to stay together and make sure we understand where we are, what we need to focus on, how much we need to work hard to get back to a better position.
I know that you said this week that you've obviously had internal discussions. You don't want to share that too widely, but can you explain, I suppose, a little bit where it has gone wrong this season?
A lot of things could be said. And as I said already, sometimes I like to keep that more private with the board, with the players and the staff. But I think, obviously, as you can see, maybe also the squad is not the same as last season. I think a lot of people talk about Chelsea being an example in terms of having depth in the squad, having a lot of different profiles who can bring a big impact when they come in the game. And I think right now probably we are not in that place. I'm not saying like it will explain everything, but probably also being in that position doesn't help. And of course, as a manager, like I will always assume the results of this team. So I need to focus also on what are the solutions for me to bring to this team for us to be in a lot better place.
Just on that, in terms of yourself and personal level, have you reflected on maybe your decision making, your tactics? Have there been things that you could have done differently, and what would they be?
Yeah, I always do that, no matter if we are winning, losing games. I think last season I always told you, and you can take your papers and look at them, and you won't say anything different. Even when we were winning last season, I was doing the same. I always self-reflect on my decisions, on my tactics, everything. I'm really hard on myself. I think this season, we played the game against Arsenal with a back three. We played today, we changed the system a little bit. Back four, we tried something different with different players on the pitch. And as much as you want to explain everything in football, sometimes it doesn't work. And when it's like this, it's tough for sure, but you need to find the solutions. You need to stay strong and make sure we work on maybe the basics and get back to a level where we are producing more. I think there is a lot of quality in this group, so I think we need to perform better.
Amy, thank you.
Yep.
Just on today, where do you feel like the game was lost?
We conceded the first goal early on the game in the first half from a set piece. I think, as you could see, two top teams playing against each other, but one was really efficient in both boxes, defensively, offensively, and the other was not. So I think, when you play a top team, and again, I'm not putting everything on the players, but we made too many mistakes today. And probably, we also need to solve that to make sure when we are trying to build up, I think we were not efficient enough. We made some big mistakes in that part of the game where we got punished. I think set pieces we got punished too. So that's a lot when you want to win a game against a top team. Yeah, so Lucy was not available. She just felt pain in her shin again. We felt it was the right decision for her not to travel, to rest for this game, and we'll assess her again and see how it goes.
Is that the same as the injury?
Yeah.
And Aggie, a bit of a black as well,
Yeah, Aggie was coming back from an ankle injury. I think she twisted a little bit again that same ankle, and it's probably quite painful for her. But because we had made all the substitutions, she couldn't come off. I'm hoping for her to be okay, because we need to have players. We have already a lot of injuries, and I think it doesn't help when you lose players.
Thanks, Amy. Tom?
Were you worried about the body language at all in some of the defenders, particularly late in the game? Was that a concern? Because it's so rare to see people so kind of deflated in this team.
Yeah, not worried. I just think, you need to understand when the team is in not a good place in terms of dynamics. I think it reflects on the body shape. So probably it's right to say right now we are not at the best in terms of confidence. That's normal. We are losing games, and that's not where we want to be. And I think, yes, sometimes it can reflect on the body language. But again, I think we need to fight. We need to have this mentality where we don't want to give up. Of course, it's tough, but it's always easier when you are a team to stay together when you are winning games. But you have to have the same mentality even when you are in tough moments.
What will you do now this week to try and address that? Because it's uncharted territory for Japan. 10.5 years since they lost 2 games in a row in the league, so it's been a really long time of winning. So how will you approach this week to try and stop this run?
Yeah, a lot of individual conversations and small group conversations with the team also having these conversations. I think, again, as much as you want to explain everything in football, today was one of these games where almost anything went right. And you have to take it. I would say to them, maybe it's better, I would say, to lose one game with 5 goals conceded rather than losing 5 in a row with 1 goal difference. That's the reality. So you need to take that. It's tough for sure for everyone, but also we are professionals, we are high-level athletes, and we need to find the solutions to bounce back.
Okay, thank you.
Sonia,
Hi.
you've talked about what you might do in the next few days, but how much change do you think this team needs in the next weeks and months to get back to where they were last season?
Again, I think if we want to get back to where we were last season, we need to have all the squad available. I think, again, it's tough because in the same time, I need to focus and work with the players who are available. And again, I think we have quality enough on the players who are available. But it changed a lot because when you have many games in a row, you can't rotate as much as you want. You can't sometimes when you make substitutions to bring the exact profile you want to bring in the game, depending on how the game is going. So I think for that reason, the main thing for me is if you have all your squad available, it's a lot better. That's not the case, so we need to find the solutions with this situation.
And look, you've achieved so much at Chelsea, but results have taken a turn, and you know how this game works. So how confident are you that you'll be in charge next Sunday against Tottenham?
Really confident in terms of I'm someone really honest. I think, in the club, if people think I'm not the right person to stay for this job, I'll be happy to go if they think that's the right thing. But I will never give up. I know football sometimes it happens, like you can be in this situation. I will always fight. But again, the institution in Chelsea is a lot more important than myself. You're welcome.
Catherine, thank you.
Sonia, you talk about the depth and the injuries and maybe not having the depth that Chelsea previously had. Would you like to maybe brought more players in the summer? Do you think maybe you need to try and bring some players in January? Still a couple of days left. Is that something you'll look at doing in the next couple of days?
Yeah, without making too many comments on that, probably I would have liked to be in a better place in terms of the last transfer windows we had.
Is it likely you try and bring in anyone in before the deadline?
We'll see.
We'll finish with Megan. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, going back into your playing history and your management history, have you ever been in a situation like this? It's only 2 games, 2 defeats, and yet with Chelsea's track record and their reputations feels so much bigger than just 2 defeats. Have you ever been in a position like that?
No, never. Not before. I had the chance in my career to always been pretty much successful. So that's probably the first time I'm facing this situation. But it's life, and it's football. So I'll fight. I'll stay the same as I was before. When I was winning, I was humble and not getting too high. In this situation, I'm not going to be too low. I'll try my best to help the team because that's my job, to help my players because they need help. So we'll do our job and we'll see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.